Right here. We're live.
Who's lying?
I said live. We're live. We're going out over there. We're live, Pop. Give me a fist bump. We're live. Thumbs up. All right, Pop. Thumbs up. We are hanging. We are back. He is back. There's nobody in here. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. But I don't care, 'cause I'm an elf. And here's he. He's hanging in there. How you doing, Pop?
I'm doing okay.
You're doing okay. And the best thing about it is
Well, I'm
no catheter. You got no bag attached to you, Pop.
still alive, though.
And you're alive, and that helps too. So we are not only are we alive, but we got no catheter. How's everybody doing? I'm on because I was too tired to go on last night. We were so exhausted. But I wanted to jump on because I mean, I am so blown away. I mean, for the last 8 months of this journey, I don't know if you can tell, I try not to show it, but I have just been slowly getting more and more, just down about where what was happening because while he was walking and making progress with things and we were getting past the obstacles like the UTIs, I was we were losing his spirit, that the part of him that I love the most, the witty, the sarcastic, the joking, happy man that we saw for 4.5 years. And then that catheter, I mean, I'm gonna have to do a whole video on just how ravaging the catheters are, and what that did to him. But the change, I never anticipated that we would have such an immediate, dramatic shift in his demeanor and just the way he is. He's no longer sitting with a dull pain. He can just be free to be happy, and it's really cool. Yeah, it was, and we worked. We knew it was going to be difficult. What's up, Pop?
I'm sitting here
With your son. I'm your son.
You're my son?
I'm your son. Dad, I'm your favorite son. I'm Dan. I'm Dan.
You're Dan.
Yeah, I'm Dan.
You're Dan's son?
I'm Dan Salinger.
You're Dan Salinger?
I'm Dan Salinger. And you're my father.
Someone was detected at your side.
And somebody's
look like
coming
him.
in. Do I look like you?
No, it looks like your side of the family.
My side of the family is your side of the family. And I look like your mom, Dad. I look like a Schaefer. I don't look like mom's side. I look like your side.
Okay.
I have your mom's eyes, Pop. Look at them. I have Eva's eyes. You see it? Look from here up. That's your mom. You look from here, between my hands, that's your mom. That's my grandma. How's everybody doing? How you doing?
It was close, yeah.
Yep. Thank you and thank you guys so much for all of the love and support. I mean, we had people praying for him in every religion on earth. And there were churches, there were units where they were praying for him on bulk. I mean, we had everything covered with my dad, and apparently the message was received because you can see. I mean, it's just already a different person, and that doesn't happen with this disease. You don't improve, and it's just a really uplifting feeling for me. It's not only more energy; it's the enthusiasm about moving. When I got back, I made a video showing him getting out of the car, and if you heard me, I'm impressed. I was telling Danielle, watch the way he moves his legs, watch the way he swings them over. It's so different. He was tentative before with that catheter because it hurt every time he moved. It was there, a reminder something's wrong. And now that there's no pain there, he just slides around, he can move, he's more flexible, he's walking so much better. He's walking pigeon-toed again. He used to walk pigeon-toed, if you remember the old videos, and then with the catheter in, it was kind of like 1 foot up, the other foot dragged behind, 1 foot up, the other foot dragged behind. Now he's walking a little more, 1 foot in front of the other, and his pigeon toe came back. That's how well he's doing. Yeah, Bermuda guy, if you know how bad it is. And we didn't talk ever about the physical part of the catheter. Everyone knew that it caused UTIs, but worse than the UTIs was what it did to him every single day. Because you got to remember, if I had a catheter in, I would know to walk carefully and gingerly, and I would never make rash movements that might cut something that's already irritated and agitated from 6 months of rubbing.
All the negative factor.
Pop, the stock market's down today. He's watching the market and he knows. He sees all the red. I mean, he still has his CPU about him. Oh, I know. I didn't. He's got either a half a tuna sandwich or you could make him something, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, well, I have that soup, so.
Oh, he'll like the soup.
Should I give him that soup?
Yeah, you can give him the soup.
Or maybe I'll wait tonight. I'll give him the half a tuna. Did you eat the half a tuna?
I ate the first half. The second half is there. He can have it,
Yeah,
even
I'll
though
make him-
I was kind of looking forward to it, but Dad can eat it. We can take Ed for a walk. Not only can we take him for a walk, we can take him in the car. I can take him out and just it's so much easier to transfer him, and I don't have to worry about the bag. I can put him in the car, take him with me again. That's something I haven't been able to do for 8 months. I used to drive this guy around every day. I'd go out for, my errands, whatever I had to do, wherever I went, to court, to the bank, wherever I went, he was in tow. The supermarket, going to pick up food, going to pick up lunch, he was in tow. Oftentimes he'd wait in the car, which he did, but getting him in and out of the car became so difficult and, painful and scary for him that we avoided it. And now we can do it again. So it is, it's a miracle. I mean, people think I'm just crazy over talking, but to me, this is a miracle because I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that we'd be back even here where we are right now. And he's only been home for 2 nights. It's really remarkable. Oh my God, Bermuda guy, it is a dream come true.
Well, you've got some information on there.
Dad, I'm broadcasting live to 400 people right now that are all interested in your recovery, Pop. Ed is back, Kristen, and I never thought we'd even get this much back, but we're back probably, I don't know. I mean, pre-accident for sure. Not physically, of course, remember he was walking unassisted. That will never happen again. Not that he can't get there, but it's just too dangerous. So he will always have somebody on his back when he walks. But this has been just a roller coaster week. I mean, I remember we're waiting for him to get out of surgery. And my sister and I are sitting there looking at our watches going, God, you don't want him under anesthesia for any longer than possible. And we're looking at our watches and God, it was only supposed to take an hour and, a few minutes. And we're an hour. You never know exactly when they started. That's the problem with that. But, all that worry and then overnight and then to see him, really, I figured it out when I went to pick him up at the hospital and I had to get him dressed. The first time getting him dressed, even in the hospital, so much easier. And it was such a pleasure. And I knew, you could see when I got home, I had never seen him get out of the car, but I knew what was going to happen just from watching him get, out of the bed, get him dressed and into the car. I knew what it was going to be like getting out of the car. And I knew it was going to be a significant improvement, like a day after you were just under the knife. Yeah, he looks good. We're exhausted. So the other side of the coin is now that he doesn't have a catheter in. Guess what, right? He's wearing an adult product that fills it up. In fact, we just changed it before he came here. During the day, it's super easy. He stands up, he stands up, take down his pants, put on a new pull-up, or the old-fashioned kind, depending on where we are. There we go. I'm sorry, I didn't put the phone on Do Not Disturb. So that was my brother calling me. Yeah, he is doing absolutely spectacular, and getting him changed is easy during the day. Not so much at night, because like last night to get him up, and when he's tired, when he's half asleep, it's tough for him to stand to do it. So Andrew had to help me last night, and we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out, but we'll get a plan and we'll get it down, and we'll get back to a good routine where we can sleep. It's my brother. Mark and Dave are going to Italy in a couple of weeks. In fact, we're going to have Mark's dog and his tortoise here. So they're in this some kind of quick Italian study trying to learn. Dave's texting me. It's really hard to learn Italian. Blah, 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 Oh, adult products are absolutely fine and necessary. It's all about what's best for him. I don't give a damn. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care. He doesn't have any issues with that kind of stuff. My dad's a special breed when it comes to that. He is straightforward. Bathroom issues are biological events, and it's very straightforward. It's very natural, and you do what you have to do. He's an incredibly compliant patient. We're doing good, Nick the Quick. We are doing really good. That's why I had to jump on. I hope Danielle and I can jump on even tonight, or if not, certainly tomorrow night. Hopefully, we get a little more rest. Thanks, Stephen R. Attorney Stephen, and Stephen. I hope you never have a cath either. That was another interesting thing. I got a telephone call from after the video from a friend that I had, a retired lawyer who I worked with at the beginning. But he called me up and to ask questions. He's got this procedure scheduled. I'm like, who's your doctor? It's the same one that we had. And people were telling him not to do it. I said, go ahead, Mel, do it. Go for it. It absolutely it's a godsend. Ask Ed about Romania. Mark, I don't know what he would know about Romania right now. Lloydlet, I will tell him. I'm the bitch in that comment, I think. Grandpa is feeling great. He's feeling really good. And that I can tell, not only does he say it, which he'd probably say no matter how he felt, but I can see it. I can see when he's not feeling good, regardless of what he says. Does he tell you when he has to go to the bathroom? Yes, he does. And the remarkable thing is he has some control. And I will tell you a funny story from last night. Sometimes, even the worst stuff, you got to laugh, right? You got to have fun with it, because if you don't, it gets crazy. And so last night, I went in to proactively change my dad, like about, I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock. I just going to go in, and he's, half asleep, and I get him, oh, Dad, you got to stand up. And he stands up, and I take down his pants, and I've got, take them off, and his diaper's still on, because it's a pull-up, but I take his pants off and I put a new diaper down around his feet, and we pull it up to like his knees and his pants, so we're ready to go. Then I have him stand up so that I can rip the old one off, take it out, and just pull up the new ones and then put him back to bed. Well, I had him down. I just took off the old one. He's standing there. Andrew's standing with me, and my dad goes, I got to pee. And I'm all, and I've got this full diaper in my hand, and I'm all, Dad, you don't have to pee. I've been saying this for 9 months, because he, every time he says he's got to pee, he's got a catheter. And I say to him all, Dad, you don't have to pee. And almost on cue, as if to say, oh, really? Well, you're wrong. As soon as the words got out of my mouth, it dropped, and he had to pee. And both Andrew and I, you can cry at that, you can freak out, you can do whatever, but we looked at each other and we just both busted up. And my dad's looking, what's going on? And he peed on the new diaper and on the new pants that I had for him, and on the floor. But it was just so funny the way he just, oh, really? I don't have to pee? Really? Like he's been waiting for 9 months to get me. And bam, he proved me wrong immediately, not with his words, but with his actions. And that was a really fun time. And, you do have some kind of weird, really decent experience through these hard times. My sister and I were with him, and when he got out of anesthesia, like, very recent, they bring you in earlier when you have dementia so that you can help figure out if he's a baseline, so they can kind of gauge how he's coming off anesthesia. And he wasn't talking at this point. He was just looking. And he looked at my sister, he looked at me, he knew who we were, I could tell, because he was watching us when we talked to him, and I could just tell he knew who we are, but he wasn't talking, that the anesthesia was there. And I went to my old favorite child thing, and I'm all, Dad, who's your favorite child? And we don't know if it's intentional, but my dad was gauging between both of us with his eyes, my sister and I. And right when I asked him the question, I'm all, Dad, who's your favorite? He goes over and he stares at my sister. And if you could, the whole hospital heard the two of us just start busting up laughing. And my sister's just all, case closed. I'm the favorite. And we are just laughing all over ourselves. These are beautiful moments, bonding moments with me and my sister. We haven't, been around since we were kids, spending that much time together, intimately one-on-one in a small setting like a hospital room. And it was just those kinds of moments, that the days were full of those kind of moments. And it's just a kind of a surreal experience, but the important thing is that he's where he is right now, and he's just doing amazing. Yeah, my sister was so quick to jump on that, and she'll, if it ever comes up at the family Thanksgiving, it's going to come up. Man, I was just like on cue. Dad, who's your favorite? And he looks over at my sister. Didn't move his head, but his eyes shifted. He hears, yeah, he hears. He may not know. It may take a few seconds, but
That's different than what you see on television.
Mazan, so I'm not a big fan of Andrew Tate. I know a lot of young people, but no, I mean, my dad would not be a fan. I don't know where's this coming from or what it has to do with what we're doing, but no, I'm not a big fan of people who treat other people that way. Just me. I judge people solely. I don't care who they vote for. I don't care what their politics are. I don't care what they look like. I don't care who they pray to. I judge people on how they treat other people. That's it. That is my number one, and I think that should be the overriding. Do unto others, and that's big to me. I don't always have endurance. Remember, we're not jumping on camera at the bad times. And that's a message out to other caregivers. If it looks like we're having an easy time, who's going to jump on when you're in the midst of, freaking out or just frustrated beyond belief? So we have our moments, but we try and keep a positive outlook. And, once that moment's over, we try and jump back on the horse. As Andrew considering nursing. Stephen, he would be such a great nurse. I don't know, the science for Andrew. He's never been a real student, and he loves his music. So I'm watching him. I know he's going to do something great in life. People may not notice. It may not be monetarily great, but I know he's going to do something wonderful with his life. I know the people around Andrew are going to be,
I
they're
gotta take a pee.
in a good way. They're going to
When's
be
the
in a
last
good
time I
way.
gotta go take a pee.
Here we go. Pop, you don't have to pee. You got a diaper on if you have to pee. So if you do pee, you have a clean diaper on. It's okay. But you did. We had both bathroom incidents this morning. Both we were in
Yeah,
good
so-
shape. What, Pop? Still have to pee? So now watch what's happening. Typically when he says that, it's happening or it's just happened, and then 30 seconds later he won't have to do it again. We'll have to change him in an hour or so. Andrew has a heart that we don't even know where it came from. He's always had it. He's my mom. That Andrew. Did you get the right child? Because that kid is he's just a sweet, loving kid, and he's he's such a good human. It makes me proud. How you doing in Phoenix? I just want to make sure he's not digging for any gold up there. Pop, hang on, I can't watch you, I can't see you. When he was younger, when my dad was younger in his old days, sometimes he'd go looking for gold up in that nose, and he'd do it while we were driving in the car. And as a kid, having your parents sitting at a stoplight with a finger up there, used to we yell at him, and then he'd sit and he'd pick his lips like this. The small things that just annoy the crap out of kids. And it's still, I'm 57, and I can still feel it when I see it in any public kind of setting, It's really, you never lose that kind of, those weird bonds between parents and kids, because that still gets me. Thank you. Thanks for the love from the Maldives. I appreciate it. I'm trying to look, see if I can answer any questions. Thanks from Connecticut. He did. Josh was, I don't know if you saw Josh on Sunday, the day before his procedure, Josh came over. Thank you so much. Where do I see him? Let me see if I can see him. He had a West Virginia hoodie on. He might have a West, I'm not sure if he has a West Point hoodie, but he had a West Virginia hoodie on for sure. You know, people have been sending him stuff for the last 5 years. He's got an incredible wardrobe, and we just dress him randomly in whatever, you know, there is. And I'm still wearing this freaking old 15-year-old shirt. How you doing down in Riverside? I had a grandmother, she's passed. My mom's mom lived in Riverside for many years, and I still have relatives in Corona, not too far away. How you doing in Birmingham, England? Good to see you. West Virginia is in the house. He's looking more like me, or I'm looking. I guess we got a little similarities now. We were watching the CNBC. You know, the stock market was down today, and so it was the news, and he's just staring at it and commenting on it. You know. Earlier today, he was asking kind of, he didn't come out real clear, but he was kind of intimating, do I have money in stocks? Because he was worried. He was worried. And his dad, no, you've been out of the stock market. I don't think you ever were in the stock market your whole life, but you're certainly not in it now. Do we have any dogs or cats? That's a good question. We have 2 dogs. We have 8 or 9 cats and a pig. Does he have a shape? He was looking for his wallet, you know, and you'll see it on videos because I sit him right over here a lot at night. He sits right over there where you can see where his drink is. I moved him back so he could be in the picture with us. But oftentimes I put my wallet down there, right? And, you know, we're in and out of here. Danielle's in bed and he sees my wallet over there. And he grabs that wallet and he's holding on to it. And he's, you know, wondering if I see him with it. I go, Dad, that's my wallet. How do you know? I'm sure it's not mine. I have a video of it, but he's doing more and more of that. Thanksgiving's going to be here. We decided that before the procedure that we didn't know what kind of condition he would be in. We were going to do it at my sister's, but we changed it to here, anticipating him being, you know, but now, as it turns out, we could have done it just about anywhere close, at my sister's house or Mark's, or it'd be tough to go 2 hours to my either one of my Adam or Dave's house, but we're going to do it here. Baxter was, no, Baxter and Coco were not rescues. All the cats were.
We should take him to go eat.
All right, take him to eat. He's gonna go eat.
You're gonna go eat. Lift up your feet.
You gonna eat some food, Pop? You gonna have a tuna sandwich?
Lift up your feet.
I don't have a camera.
Do you want a tuna sandwich?
Whatever they got.
Lift
All
your
right,
feet
well,
up.
we got a nice tuna sandwich for you, Pop.
That's fine.
All right,
Dan, hold the
What
carpet.
all
about
right, go
this?
ahead.
What am I doing with this?
Well, you're flipping the thing around. You gotta move the wheel back
What?
and make sure it's straight when it goes on the carpet. Your wheels. Okay, come forward. Okay, now go. There you go. You're fine now.
Okay, thank you.
There goes Pop. There he goes to eat.
Oops, sorry, Lucas.
Watch your elbows, Pop. He sits with his elbows out, so every time we come to a thing. Sisters earlier, and I like my sister's cooking. My sister does it up really good. Danielle's fine, but my sister goes all out. And when we had it at Adam's house, my God, his wife Martha just made a Thanksgiving spread that it was unforgettable. My dad's favorite sandwich, I'd have to say tuna would be his favorite. And that's why he gets it a lot. He really likes tuna. And he'll eat a couple of burgers from Burger King. He'll eat, egg salad he likes.
At your side.
Joan, I'm probably looking good because I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm happy. And again, you haven't seen it. And what am I going to do? Get on here and pout? But since this thing and watching him has been really debilitating for me, to watch it every day, you know, the decline. And it's not so much that I know where we're going with this, but, you know, my dad's always had this kind of magical spark about him, kind of gleam in his eye kind of thing. And, you know, even through the worst of the dementia, he'd always surprise us with his and with that special energy or this comment out of nowhere that just floors me or makes me laugh. And that's when he's feeling good. And he was feeling good right up to this fall. I mean, he's been doing really well despite the dementia. He's adjusted so well, and he's just, had a decent life going. Then the fall was a nightmare, and then the catheter has not let him come back from that. And now that that's off, I feel like there's a chance, maybe 3 months from now, where he'll be happy and just have that wake up in the morning with a smile and have it go all day. He usually even woke up with a smile on the catheter because he didn't know, the day hadn't set in. He didn't know he was in a wheelchair, didn't realize he had a catheter, so he'd have a smile. Now we're going to be able to see it. You just saw him. He's in good spirits now. My dad's a podiatrist. Chris, is it Chris? He's an educated man. He's a podiatrist. Can I share the story with you later? Please see. I send me an email. Whatever story you want me to share, I'm happy to share. The ABC News interview will be on. Now, remember, it's only on in California because that was all done in conjunction with the Department of Aging here in California. I'm making videos for them and trying to help them get the word out to all the California residents as to what's available for them. So that's the mission of that interview and those videos. So if you live in LA, if you live in Fresno or the Bay Area, you'll see that feature later this month. I'm sure I'll get a copy and I'll post it so everyone will get to see what it looks like. All that 35-minute interview will be condensed down with other stuff to like a 3-minute or 4-minute thing. So I have no idea what it will look like or what they're going to use, but if you want, you got to see it all right here on YouTube because it's all there, the whole 30 minutes. And it's a pretty extensive interview. I'm going to keep those because those are, I don't know, those are informative, and I think I can help people with it, just the questions that they asked. Enchanted Studios, thank you for watching, and I am honored to share his journey. And I know that, I'm making a legacy for my dad, right? His legacy is no longer going to be father of 6 children, retired podiatrist, husband, father, podiatrist. He's going to be man who helped people all around the world by sharing his story. He's helped more people than he's helped his entire life through his entire practice. He's helping more people everywhere. And all it takes is a phone to see it and see his, people have watched his spirit and his inspiration and his determination for this long. And it's certainly moved me and has certainly changed me. The man is affecting me, not just taking care of him, but just watching him. I know at some point I'm going to be needing help and not strong, and he's teaching me how to do it with grace. And it is really an amazing thing to live through, and we're getting to share it with everybody. Your daughter watches also. That's awesome. We do, we have the demographics are mostly older people, but we have a lot, from all age groups are following this story. Ahmed, we are, just south of Sacramento, so we're not too far from Roseville. We take him to the bathroom, because it's not. My dad had a great bowel movement today, and I'm sorry to share it, but he had to pee right here. If he hadn't had his bowel movement, I would have turned this off and we would have gone to the bathroom because I don't know whether it's sometimes when he thinks he's got to pee, he's got to do something, and we're really lucky. We've had no bowel, nothing in the diapers so far. He's been great. He's just been great, and when he gets regular, it will even be more amazing. How did I like watching the Dodgers? It was a great World Series, first of all. Nobody can deny that. It was one of the best World Series I've seen in my life. I was rooting against the Dodgers because I'm a Giant fan, but I am a fan of baseball, and that was a great series. We get some precious moments, even in the most difficult. Like last night when he peed, and we were already, I knew it was difficult and I was waiting to do it. And, we could have fallen down, but instead we just chose to laugh. We didn't have any choice. And when I started busting up, Andrew started busting up, and it was funny because if in the house, you don't see it on the videos, but a lot. I got to pee. Dad, you don't have to pee. You're wearing a catheter. You don't have to pee. And I just said it again out of habit. And then Bam! He just proved me wrong in 1 second. Yeah, he's pretty good. Anyway, it's 30 minutes. I wanted to jump on, guys, and just give everybody an update and let you see him, how it actually looks. So I appreciate your hanging with me. I'm going to go see what he's doing. And maybe Danielle and I will do a live tonight. Who's the quarterback for the Niners this weekend? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to keep mum over that. We got a quarterback controversy here in San Francisco. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Hang in there, and just whenever you have any kind of, can I do this, or you question yourself, think of my dad, and you can do it. Take care.